We actually have an event that we could talk about. There actually was something to come in and talk about that actually happened on the field. And it was on the links, but still, it was a live event. And you know what? It was fun. I hope you watched the golf. Even if you're not a golf fan, I hope you watched the golf. The golf was, you know what? You didn't have a Tiger Woods. You didn't have Phil Mickelson. You didn't have a Bubba Watson. You didn't have a Rory McIlroy. But you know what? You had basically about 15 golfers all exchanging their positions on the leaderboard, all with a shot here, there. And then we watched as it came down the stretch and didn't miss not having any fans there. Still was golf, and golf obviously plays very well into this. And it worked very well from a TV standpoint. It was a very good event, and if you stayed with it, it was a wild finish. As Berger made a putt on 18 that a lot of guys couldn't make, Rose needed to make a putt to get into the playoff. He just cut it across the front of the hole. DeChambeau, who has bulked up unbelievably, and now is just looks like a middle linebacker, just left a very good putt attempt just outside the hole, and now he fell short of making the playoff. You already had one golfer in the mix, you thought, and then he fell apart on 17. That was Schauffele, and the next thing you know, you wind up with a situation where Berger has to make a putt on 18 to get to 15 under. He makes the putt, and Berger played very well. And then Morikawa, who is going to be a star. Breed talked about him this past week. Talked about him as a guy that he thought had a good. A lot of people were picking Morikawa before this week. He was not an overwhelming, long shot. A lot of people picked him. Breed liked him too. He had a chance to win it. He had himself a 5.5-foot putt, very, very makeable, a little tinge uphill, easy to go at it. Really was one that he just put in the back of the jar and go home. Misses it. And then, of course, you saw what happened on the first playoff hole as they went and played 17. He, of course, had after Berger got within about 18 inches of the hole and tapped in for his par, Morikawa misses about a 3-footer, maybe even a little less. So he misses back-to-back putts to win the tournament and then to stay alive in the playoff, and Berger winds up a winner. Now, Berger's put together a tremendous run of consistent golf lately. Morikawa is absolutely a star in the making. What a beautiful player. Confident, great iron player. Young man, just 23 years old. He's got a world of talent. And there are so many good golfers out there right now that, you know what? You can really watch this golf without having those big names. And you didn't have the stars of stars there yesterday. You didn't even have Ricky Fowler up there. You didn't even have Rahmer up there. You didn't have Dustin Johnson there. You didn't have Rory McIlroy, who went out and shot 41 on the front nine yesterday, in contention, shot 41 on the front nine yesterday. You had a bunch of different guys. You had Woodland in the mix. You had DeChambeau. You had Justin Rose. You had Spieth for a while until he actually cooled off the last 2 holes on Saturday and then never really got it going yesterday. Fell out of contention. But there are newcomers. Berger's been playing great golf. He's only 27. Morikawa is an absolute star in the making at 23 years of age. And I thought it was a terrific event. Wonderful, exciting event, really good golf, a lot of movement, a lot of player movement, a lot of guys having chances to make shots, guys making putts. How about the save? How about the bogey save that Schauffele made after putting it in the water? I mean, how unbelievable was that? He makes a 40-footer for bogey, and then on the next hole makes a 26-footer for par, and then on the next hole he misses a 2-footer. Just shows you how crazy golf is. He makes a 40-footer, turns around, drops a 26-footer and then can't drop a 2-footer. Morikawa dropped a 50-footer on 15. And then couldn't make a putt on 18 or the first playoff hole. But I tell you, it was really good. This week it's the RBC Heritage. They're going to get some fans out there when they get to Jack's tournament. They're probably not going to get Tiger till they get to Jack's tournament. There's big tournaments. There's majors still to come. And golf is going to be there for us week after week. And you know what? It's going to do really well. It's doing really well as a sport right now. People are watching it. People are playing it. If you go to a golf course, you know it is packed. I don't care if you belong to a private course or you play on a public track. You know that the golf courses are absolutely jammed with people now. More so than you've ever seen before. Why? A couple of reasons. Number one, you get outside and you can play. You can self-distance and play. Number two, a lot of times you might have stuff you have to do, drive the kids to a game, or maybe the kids have a practice or a game. Kids don't have any games right now. Kids don't have any practices right now. There's not a lot going on, so everybody's going out and playing golf. And you know what? Good for golf. And golf did a very good job. I thought, they had Nance at the event. They had the analysts in Orlando. They had people separated at different remotes. They had their trucks in different places. I thought they did a very good job. I thought they handled it. They set up the interview thing well. I thought it went really well. It was a very good event all the way through, and it was a very exciting Sunday. They go to Hilton Head this week, the RBC Heritage, and another good field. No Tiger, no Phil, but you know what? You got Koepka, you got Rama, you got DJ, you got DeChambeau, you got Schauffele, you got Morikawa, you got Berger last week's winner, you got Reed, you got Answer, you got Wolf, you have Thomas. So you got plenty of guys there. Webb Simpson, you got plenty of guys there this week. Corley's playing too. So very good week coming up. We'll get into that again later in the week.